He says, "Good luck, Coon. Go get Sonic back."
Yeah! Alright.
Do I link your TikTok account or the live itself?
Give me the live link.
Right.
I need to send this out.
Alright, guys. Alright, guys! I'm gonna add everyone in the server.
Oh my god.
Live. Oh, baby.
I gotta add everyone in my server.
Oh no. Oh my god. Hello, hello everybody. Hi.
How you doing, Ma? How you doing?
There's more? Yeah. Hi guys. I'm gonna let people join up because I have a I don't know whether y'all want to call it a surprise, y'all want to call it something like unexpected, y'all want to call it something, I don't know, insane. I think it's best if he speaks for himself. Hey, Anthony? You want...
Hey, everyone. It's been a while.
Yeah.
In the time I've been away, I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting, and I've really been making a genuine effort to change. I have something prepared that we'll go into a little bit more detail later, just regarding how I have felt during my time at TSG, and how I felt that Jax has usurped the channel from me.
Yeah, yeah, this is coming as much of a shock to me, as to everyone, because I mean, for those of you who remember the first, live stream, I did all the way back in the end of, I believe January, the conclusion at that point was, you know, that Anthony, you know, the TSG Sonic had left the community for an action that he has done at the time.
Which I will go into more detail
We'll go
later.
into more detail later. But the most important thing right now is that we are gonna watch Gotcha's final conclusion video to everything, because it's gonna perfectly sum up what's been happening as of recently, ever since my last video. I believe it was like a month or two ago and such. And oh, everyone in the chat is telling you that they
It's
miss
good
you.
to see you too, Anchor.
Yeah.
I'm just here to make things right.
Yeah. I mean, first things first, before I start everything, regardless of what anything had happened, I always wish for like the best in people. I never wish for like any malice. I never wish for like the worst in the channel or anything. So personally, whenever Anthony or Sonic left TSG, and they had to cut all contact with everyone. No one has heard from Anthony in 4 months. So personally...
Because I've been very busy these past 4 months rebuilding the life that I destroyed.
Mm-hmm. And personally, I'm a human too, guys. Like, yeah, we can make, like, wild and awful mistakes. But if there's something that I'll always preach, is that I will never wish harm upon anyone. And I was legitimately worried for Anthony's, you know, health and stuff, right? I was really worried that something bad would have happened, because it's like, you never know what someone is going through and such. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I cried. I cried during that whole situation, because it's like, I wanted to help others, including myself, come forth about all these allegations involving, like, Jax, involving others at the time. Which ever since then, more and more people have, like, come out either against them or, like, have come out ever since then. And I'm proud of every single one of you who has done that to this day. And you know who you are. Because this type of stuff is never easy. It took months for me to come forth. it took months for even more people to come forth. And even though it's happening now, I'm glad. Anthony, I'm glad that you're here. Like, seriously. Because
It's good to be here.
because
I know I made a big mistake,
yeah.
and I just want to set things right.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, without further ado, we're gonna start watching Gotcha's video. But before we start, obviously Gotcha's here with us. Flo is here with us too, and a person that we're gonna they're gonna rename anonymous, but they're gonna share their side of the story as well, which is why their avatar is kind of, you know. Anyways, we're gonna get started with this video. Oh, everyone's saying that they missed you.
I know, I'm seeing the chat. Hey, everyone. It's
Aw.
great to see you all again.
Alright, we're gonna get into this video. Let me just double check if everything is good to go.
Miss Kitty, if you would please.
Okay, thank
This
God.
is some serious matters.
Okay, thank God. Y'all have been able to hear them. I was about to... Oh, okay. Oh, the kitty! Okay. Alright,
Maybe that was me.
It's Gotcha. Stop!
Hey y'all, it's been a while. Before anything, I want to come on here and thank every single one of you that has helped and supported me throughout this journey. That being said, this is my last video on Jackson.
Can one of
and
you
the Team
guys
Dark
link
Gaming
Gotcha's
situation.
video in the description?
When it
No,
comes
in my
to this
live, so I
entire
can pin it.
situation, I have not regretted posting my video and
Oh,
speaking about my
yeah,
situation
gotcha.
once. However,
Oh,
I
in your live.
realized
Oh,
that there's
fuck.
no real point in me continuing
Gotcha,
to
you can do it.
document
I'll pin
as
it.
I have seen all I have needed to see. I will say, I apologize for my absence, but my first year of college was absolutely throwing me. Still passed with all A's and B's though. Don't ask me about calculus. Yet, during my absence, a lot has transpired. One of the things being Jackson's live stream.
Yeah.
A couple days after I dropped my video, Jackson went live to address the allegations made against him in a live stream called TSG Is This the End? Also, one thing before I get into everything, it has come to my attention that Team Sonic Gaming has rebranded to Team
I
Dark
thought I
Gaming.
muted that. Hold
For
on.
whatever reason they decided to rebrand, my titles and maybe even my thumbnails will reflect this change, as well as me addressing the change in the description of my videos. That being said, going back to the live stream, that live stream was about 3 hours. However, in that 3-hour live stream, he spoke about my situation, the situation at hand.
Yeah,
with you,
Team
for
Sonic
about
Gaming
5 to 6
rebranded to
minutes.
Team Dark Gaming
And
now.
during him speaking about my situation, he left out about 95% of what I spoke about, and then completely half-assed and twisted the other 5% of the situation that he did decide to speak about. He mentioned the fact that he did make the chocolate ass joke. However, that was the only thing he admitted to. Although he did speak about the fact that he did ask me about where I was during the time his grandmother passed away, he did not address the fact that he was guilt-tripping me in that same conversation, in which he used the fact that both his friend and his grandmother passed away to emotionally manipulate me. Despite what some may say, I'm very sure he knew what he was doing, because he was a grown adult and multiple other people that have been around him all the way back from 2016 have mentioned that he's done similar things in the past. However, on this specific topic, when Jackson addressed me in his video, he made a claim that I was claiming that he groomed me through manipulation alone. That is not what I said. In my video and document, in that specific group of screenshots, I brought up the definition of grooming, read out that screenshot, and then said,
The one that I mainly want to focus on under key characteristics is manipulation. That is exactly what Jackson was doing in those messages.
never once did I say that Jackson manipulated me so he must have groomed me, because that wouldn't have been true. If you continued watching my video, you'd see that I brought up the other sets of screenshots, the ones that you conveniently failed to mention, and I said that those on top of the manipulation makes your behavior towards me fall under the category of grooming, because it does. And for those of you who are getting upset with me for using a quote-unquote AI definition, I use the Google AI overview, the service that pulls from multiple different sources, some examples being the NSPCC, the National Office of Child Safety, Bravehearts, National Children's Alliance, Presidium, and more. all of which being child safety websites, some of which being government owned. The AI overview simply condenses that information and puts it in an easily readable format, which I decided to use because I deemed that it'd be easier than showing screenshots from every single source. Despite the fact that it's an AI overview, all of the sources the overview pulled from were reputable sources. Jackson's overall explanation of the situation in his livestream was piss poor, and his sorry excuse of an apology was just insult to injury. And the fact that he proceeded to talk about other random stuff for hours after that, including Anthony, who was not even close to a relevant topic in this entire situation, was the final nail in the coffin. I genuinely believe that him going over the other random / unasked for stuff in that video was an attempt to brush my situation under the rug after giving an overall crappy explanation of the whole thing. And for those of you that I've interacted with that have accepted that apology without further questions, even after you've watched my video on the topic, I truly worry for your ability to comprehend one's actions and intentions behind them, especially considering that this one is just blatantly in your face. Genuinely looking at some of the comments under some people's videos genuinely concerned me about y'all's naive attitudes on the internet. However, there was one comment in particular addressed to me that really opened my eyes to how the people in this community really are and helped me realize that there's no real point in trying to speak to these people any further. It was the reply I got from Team Sonic Union.
Oh, Lord.
Before I get into the whole thing, I'll give you the backstory.
Yeah.
Due to my extensive conversation
It's good to see you too,
and
Batman.
research into the community, I began to get Team Dark Gaming themed TikToks on my For You page. On one video, the creator of which I recently learned was someone affiliated with Team Sonic Union, I saw that there were lies being spread against my name, to which I decided to defend myself, because one thing I couldn't stand was people getting facts wrong. However, as I defended myself, I got a reply from the Team Sonic Union TikTok page, asking if they could have a conversation with me, to which I naively accepted. I shot them a DM, letting them know that they can get in touch with me on Discord, to which they agreed, and shortly after I got a DM from them. I'm not going to go into the full conversation, as if I were to, this video would be hours long.
Trust me, guys.
However, I will let you all know that on my 6 years of being on Discord, I have never had a conversation with such an insufferable person on this platform. Every time I would have
I'm sorry, I gotta mute myself. I cannot read comments right now.
Paragraphs that would exceed the Discord character limit back to back. And keep in mind, we both had Nitro. So that was 3.5 to 4K characters almost every message. In each paragraph, it consisted of them defending Jackson by saying things from, he didn't know he was gaslighting you because he thought you were wrong, to, Jackson didn't grow up in the best household, he didn't fully know right from wrong, to, he's grown as a person, to, due to his autism and anxiety, he struggles to say things the way he wants to.
I think I personally died inside reading that
Jax
one.
didn't know you saw him as an authority figure. And to,
Dude, he's like 38.
Quote,
What are we
it
talking
can't
about?
be used as predatory either, because to our knowledge, he was not trying to quote-unquote get with you or make you do actual serious sexual acts with him nor anyone else. This is few of the many excuses this person used to attempt to discredit me and put Jackson into a better light, despite the fact that they claim to be a quote-unquote unbiased party. Literally anyone could see clearly that you were leaning towards a specific side. Another thing this person did was that they claimed that they worked with / were friends with people that were lawyers, officers, therapists, and investigators. However, considering how this person
will be a
messaged
lot
me and the
after
fact
this.
that they were getting key
Because I
details
know a lot
in
of
the
people
situation
have work
very
right now,
wrong, and half the time
and this
didn't
was
seem
like
to
the
know what
best
they were
time for
talking
us to
about.
be able to do all this.
I have very high doubts that any of that claim were true, as if it were, they would almost have definitely been advised to not take it upon themselves to try to contact me, a minor. That being said, if my suspicions are correct and they did lie about that, which I'm going to assume so, as I saw no proof of the matter other than screenshots for the Metropolitan Police website, which is publicly accessible information, then that in and of itself is predatory, as you tried to make it seem like you were in close contact with people that had a high status to attempt to get me to doubt my claims.
I need Kendrick.
And speaking of which,
Stop.
this person tried multiple times to get me to switch my story from me saying he groomed me to me saying he took advantage of me. That, again, is an incredibly predatory action.
That's
As you were
crazy.
trying to
I didn't
get
even know
me,
that.
a minor,
As if that sounds
to
better.
second guess myself and change my story to something that would not only
Smartest
quote
people
unquote
on
look
planet
nicer
Earth,
in
bro.
his regard, but also make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about to ruin my credibility. Truly, me
No, like,
talking to
genuinely,
this
real
person
quick,
was one of the
I don't
worst
think
experiences I've had on this
How
platform.
are
So
you
much
as
so
a
that it
grown
finally
adult
led me to
going
come out
through
about
your
this whole entire
Oh,
situation to my mother, in which we had a
it
very
looks like
deep
you were
conversation, which
you were more so
inevitably led
taking
me
advantage
to
and not really
blocking this
growing.
person and
That's the better
deciding that I
term
would
to use.
no longer be as active in this
Oh,
Get
okay,
my
dude.
face, bro.
That is
Personally,
it's
I
literally
consider myself
deception.
to
It's
have a very high
manipulation.
tolerance for
That's
Literally.
fucking.
shenanigans
It's
and being able to
wild.
hold
It's
my
wild
own
that
pretty
anyone
well.
would even like
So for me to
fathom that
genuinely
as a
feel
fucking
exhausted just
excuse.
by
It's crazy.
looking at this
Yeah.
person's profile,
What?
for me to be dreading my next
Oh my god,
conversation
these
with
people are
them,
fucked.
it's honestly baffling.
I
for
low-key
someone to
felt so
push me to
bad for
that
Gotcha
point, and
for even
frankly,
having to
didn't
deal
deserve
with
to
this
subject
person in
myself to that.
conversation.
So I didn't, which is exactly why I decided to cut it off then and there. That being said,
Oh, Gotcha's
Where do
volume
we
is
go from
really
here?
low. Hold on.
as I've said before, this is my last video on the Team Dark Gaming situation. Everyone's decision on the situation has pretty much
I
been
doubled
set
their
in stone
volume.
at this
If y'all
point,
can't
and
hear
it's clear
them,
that
GGs.
no amount of evidence or reasoning will change anyone's mind. The reality is that Jackson has been in countless controversies in his almost 2 years of running this channel, each one having
Anchor.
their own victims and their own sets of proof backing themselves up. And from
I
what
can't
I've seen,
say that,
every
otherwise
time
this life
Jackson
will
makes
get
a mediocre,
banned.
bare bones apology and explanation in the hopes that people
Wait,
will
it's
just
stuff
let
they need
it
to
go,
rename, bro.
so he can sweep it under the rug. And he continues to do this because his fan base
Based.
lets him. Every time a situation arises when he's the main issue,
Get mogged
his
on,
fan
booty
base
butt.
flocks to his comfort to support him, and while making the victim in the situation look like the bad guy. Because of this, Jackson is never made to take accountability, continuing to allow him to get away with anything. Until his fan base makes him take genuine accountability for his actions, he'll never change how he is. So it's recently come to my attention that Jackson and TSU have allegedly made a 120-page
Oh, this
document
part.
about me and are only showing it to people in the TSU server and VCs so the document doesn't quote unquote get into the wrong hands. But if this document is used to try and defend Jackson, then why wouldn't it be made accessible to anyone and everyone?
Right.
And if it's a
Why all the
worry about
security?
minors
You
getting
got
their
nothing
hands
to
on the
hide.
document, first of all, who cares? Second of all, why not just make it so specific people can access it? There are very safe ways to do that, and a burner Google account is free. Form your own opinions about this. However, to me, it seems like they're trying to hide what they're saying about other people behind their backs to not get called out for any potential lies they're spreading. This is further built upon by the fact that someone asked if they would give me access to the document, considering the document is about me, and they said, no, I quote unquote lost the privilege to be able to see.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause this. Y'all would imagine had I did the document about Jax and I only let certain people like look at the document. Like what the fuck? And if no, and I had to get people to like government ID themselves just to look at the document.
Dude, they think they're so
Bro,
genius, bro.
literally, I'm being so serious with you. Like that entire process is BS. Literally, they're saying, "Oh my gosh, like we don't want any minors to be involved with seeing the document because they like, oh, Gotcha and Lua are really getting a bunch of kids involved, and that's really weird." First of all, I am a minor still. If you were so worried about quote unquote minors getting involved, you shouldn't have even reached out to me. You weren't even in this. First of all. Second of all, oh my God, God forbid teenagers hear about drama. It's like literally that's what life is about. That's what being a teenager is about at the end of the day. We listen to drama.
Anchorman's
Like
right.
worst case scenario, a freaking 15-year-old reads the document and was like, oh, that's what's going on. I see. No. Like literally, you are literally, you act like Roblox's moderation. Like y'all know what Roblox moderation did with the freaking chat thing?
Yeah.
Oh, since grown people are getting access to being able to talk to children, you know what? nobody's gonna talk to anybody because since they think that a child's gonna, like someone young is gonna get access to it, nobody gets to see it unless they verify their full ID. Brother, this is a sorry excuse of just covering up the fact that you don't want either me or Lua to see that whole 120-page document. And the thing is, like I said, you said that yourself. We don't want Gotcha to be able to see it and change her story. What story am I changing? Nothing I have said has changed from the first time you talked to me. I have not changed a single thing. The only thing that has changed is Jackson's story. Jackson's claiming that
exactly.
Jackson's claiming.
And of course he
Jackson's
gets
claiming. Jackson. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Jackson's claiming. Oh, I told her to get her chocolate ass in here because I was trying to call her. I was trying to get her into a VC. No. I remember that this was later in the day, so we would have already had a VC.
Later
we
on.
would have already had a VC. I remember, and you know what? This was in a group chat. I remember that specific comment was in a group chat, and I mentioned that before. I'm not making this stuff up. And at the end of the day, the vast majority of what I said has proof to back it up. Jackson deleted the account where all the proof that he would have had would have been on. He deleted that account.
Oh,
Who deletes an account that has proof to defend themselves if they're guilty?
And mind you guys, I remember when this happened. Me and Gotcha remember when this happened. Jax deleted that account, like, I believe it was, like, 2 weeks before Gotcha's video, like, came out. So, like, yeah.
If I may interject real quick, does anybody know for a fact if he deleted his veggies channel? Because I was looking around for just dates for what I typed up, and I couldn't find the channel anywhere.
He might have. Anyways, I will mention this, and I didn't mention this in any of the other VODs, but they want to like proclaim this shit of like, oh, we don't want minors viewing this document and stuff, even though that Jax had like some minors try to write up a document against me in his own server, and like and the only reason why we were able to get access to the document was because a friend of mine like linked it to me that like, yo Lua, they're mentioning you and they're allowing this document to be written up in your server. And mind you, like a lot of the people that were involved in this document were like minors. One of them was like 14 and stuff, and Jax was one that, like, well, he didn't like get them to do the document, he had allowed this document to be spread around within the server and such. Because as a server owner myself, it's like, you shouldn't be allowing for that type of act. Like, if, you know, this is hypocrisy, right? If they didn't want minors to be involved in the first place like this, why would have Jax allowed for such a thing like that to even, like, conspire, you know? And I will say, this because I have seen claims from Team Sonic Union and such that, oh, Lua's working with minors and stuff. The only minor that has been ever predominantly been involved in this situation is Gotcha themselves. And the only reason why Gotcha's even here was because they're the main victim of all this. What you mean to tell me that, like, a 12-year-old, at the time, 12-year-old was groomed by a 20-year-old, and they couldn't come out about their story for years until they saw my VOD about Jax.
Yeah, and then people downplaying a victim. That's fucking terrible. No one should be downplaying a potential, even if you think it's bullshit, right? You should take it. If you think you should take it with a grain of salt, do what you got to do. But you should never You should never be downplaying a potential victim of a fucking crime.
Yes.
At least acknowledge the situation in a mature and professional manner.
So
you can deny it, but take accountability.
That entire
Recognize
like
the
announcement
situation.
was so fucking embarrassing on their part. Like,
Yeah.
holy.
Can I cut in real quick?
Yeah,
like
go
I
ahead.
said, like the freaking Tails freaking said, oh, they like to have minors involved in the situation. Again, I'm a minor. So you act like a minor talking to a minor is a completely just outlandish situation. Now, in regards to this one server I'm in, you probably know what it is. You probably have some people in there. But I don't know how old everyone is, but I'm going to assume it's from the ranges from at least 14 to adult to like 14 to like at least 18. And I'm not even really active in that server. The main people I have talked to about this situation, out of all of them, 2 to 3 of them are minors, and they have been my friends all the way back since like 2022, 2023. So they've been updated about this situation for a good long while now. Other than that, everybody that I have been talking to about this situation have been adults. So for you to be like, oh, they like to get minors involved in situations. Lord have mercy.
Listen, no,
it makes no sense.
No, I just want to wrap that up with saying, Jax, I know you're watching this, or like one of the people that you're working with are watching this, or whatever. Gotcha came to me. They came to me about their story, about their situation, and
this is true.
And I don't want to expose Gotcha like this, but they were kind of they were kind of freaking out. They were like stressed the fuck out as to how to approach this, because all of a sudden, after like years of silence, all of a sudden they have to come forth about this sort of thing, which is really hard for someone to do. And they were worried about the fact that no one will be able to see this story from how small their channel is compared to like TSG. So obviously I was gonna help them any way I could to get their story out there. So you and your crew or whatever claiming the fact that I'm purposely dragging minors to like put things against you. No, the whole point of all this is letting people use my platform to speak of their experiences with you. And unfortunately for you, it has been mostly bad. You know what? If all bad experiences. And yes, I know, I see some of you guys in the chat. Yes, I know I'm also technically a victim, but this isn't about me. I already had my like time to like explain things. So has like other people that have been on my lives before. This is about, well, this is the wrap up, like, Gotcha's stuff, and to help people like Anthony and like someone else help wrap up everything up here. I don't want to drag the situation out any further past this live stream, past the VOD that I'm gonna have to upload, because, and no, I'm not gonna take down the VODs, because I believe in preservation, and I believe that everyone deserves to look at the full story as it is. No edits, no cuts, no nothing. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. So, yeah. And I want to finish the
add on. Oh, sorry. I just want to add on like one thing real quick. Like on the topic of Lewis saying that I came to her. This is very true, because like I said before, if it wasn't for me seeing Lua's video, I probably wouldn't have. If it wasn't for me seeing that Jackson up to this point has still been problematic to people, I probably wouldn't have said anything, because it'd be like, well, he's doing things properly now, I guess. But no, that's not the case. Literally, when I found it, it was like a month into like, not the making, but it was like a month old.
Yeah, it was a month after.
And I commented on her video to try to reach out to her. And then I went to her page and saw that she had a Discord server. That's when I really tried to see if I can get in contact with her. And yeah, she basically said, "Oh, sorry, I really don't think I should make any more videos on it, but you should make your own." And frankly, I was really discouraged, because like Lewis said, I don't have a following. But regardless, I did, because she said that I deserve to have my voice heard, and I really did. So for you to be mad and be like, "Oh, I can't believe someone from that long ago is still upset," I only recently, back in March, I refound what you did to me. It's almost like people who are victims of what you did to me, grooming, only find out and really understand what happened to them years after the fact. It's common sense, I fear, and for some reason, it's not clocking to you that it's like a normal thing to do. Like, I'm literally. This is why I said this is my last time talking about this community. This is my last time commentating on this community because there's no logic or rhyme or reason behind what they do or what they say. Like, it's just, they're mad that I'm attacking their little Sonic impersonator person. And considering the fact that a good percentage of these people are grown adults, this is just very I'm gonna say
I
it. It's
wonder
just
how many.
trifling.
I wonder how many of them know Jax is a LARPer and isn't actually into Sonic.
Oh, we'll get into that later.
Literally,
Don't
it's
you worry.
genuinely just LARPing, trifling adults, bro. Like, I'm so exhausted. You are this mad. This is what my friend told me. If my
Oh, Anthony, they don't know that. They didn't know that.
If my video alone and me coming out about a past experience from 6 years ago, like you said, 6 years ago, that long ago, if that was enough to ruffle a bunch of feathers in your already like crumbling community, then your community wasn't strong to begin with. You guys are literally just holding on to an already broken community.
Right, Stella,
we can't say much of that on my live stream, otherwise we're gonna get banned. I know it's funny as fuck, but we can't.
In due time, Liara. In due time.
But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, if my video was enough to have like 500 people leave your server and ruffle that many feathers in your community, then your community wasn't that strong to begin with.
Damn. Well said.
Just saying.
And don't you worry, guys. We'll get into like what Anthony has to say after we finish the rest of this video of yours. All right, we're gonna get back into this.
Sorry, I had to rant.
No, it's
completely about me. Even though these grown adults are making a 120-page document about a minor, I'm not allowed to see it.
Do you want us to kind of like? Do you have something else you want to talk about right now?
TSU and TDG have collaborated.
I did want to say one.
The videos, the screen's black.
So to suggest the idea that they formed an unbiased opinion on a person they're actively working with and are benefiting from,
and
would be an insult to all of our intelligence. But at the end of the day, if they're just spreading it in their already delusional ass echo chamber, then you know what? Have at it. But hey, at the end of the day, not my community, not my problem. If you all wish to continue to stick by the side of a blatantly problematic person, feel free to do so. Especially when it comes down to the grown, genuinely pushing 30 adults that are just willfully ignorant when it comes down to this. I fear there's no way to explain and inform you guys on the truth. All I'll say is that when Jackson inevitably does something to mess you guys over, which based on his repeated behavior, it's more than likely to happen, please don't act surprised, as multiple people tried warning you all. Now that I got that off my chest, I want to talk about the future, mainly the future regarding my channel. Amidst all the support I was getting for my video, a multitude of you guys let me know that you all really liked my editing and video style. That being said, I think I might try to start my own YouTube journey. Frankly, I've always sort of enjoyed editing, and the idea of making videos with my friends and sharing them with you all sounds like a fun idea. That being said, it most likely won't be anything consistent or something put to a schedule, more so just something fun I'll do every once in a while when I have time. In fact, I actually have a video in the works right now.
Okay, you can leave the doors open. You can leave them open. I'm gonna stand out here if y'all don't mind.
Oh my god, I can't see nothing.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Why are you overly playing in the ghost phase? Watch when we try to leave, it's gonna close the door on us again. Okay, get the closet, Leave the door open!
Why did y'all not leave the
Kid. Who closed it? He's
Why
dead
did y'all
now!
close it?
Kid.
Well, grab the camera and take a picture of my dead body for extra money.
Kid, you're fired.
So, yeah, if you're into this type of style, feel free to stick around and watch. The more we grow, the more I'll do. And eventually, I'll get into streaming and even make a Discord server. So, yeah, that's my plan for the future. This will hopefully be my very last video regarding Jackson and Team Dark Gaming in general. As frankly, I don't want to waste any more of my time or energy on this community. 2020 was my first ever experience with Discord, and frankly, it's probably the craziest and I'd say the worst intro to an app and community I've ever had. However, I'm still here, And from now on, I'm gonna make my experiences on Discord and the internet in general enjoyable ones. And frankly, I don't care much about bringing this man into my adult life when he's already been in it for the last 6.
Damn.
Yeah, no thank you.
Alrighty.
Good for you, guys.
You know, I have like a tiny intro. Wait, I have a tiny intro. A tiny outro. A tiny outro.
My bad.
Overall, I want to thank every single one of you guys that have supported me in my journey up to this point and have stuck by my side throughout the entire thing. Truly, it means a lot to me, and I hope to see you all stick around for my YouTube journey as well. You're all awesome, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day.
You know I did that though.
Oh, this is so cool, dude. I really do believe that you have a great future in YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, you've got a lot of potential. Gotcha.
Yep.
I like I said, I definitely will try to do some videos. Like the one the tiny clip that I put in there, I'm gonna be editing that when I have the time. And yeah, you know, it seems fun. And considering that you guys actually like my editing style, I mean, sorry.
Alrighty. Now,
I like the music
turn.
choice too.
yeah.
Yes, bro. The final song, I got it from Kanito Pet. I love that game.
Big fan of Undertale. Big fan of I'm Not Human.
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna put the chat up
game.
here.
We're goated.
Here. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna go into the segment where, obviously, what you all been waiting for and stuff, and I highly suggest you guys share the live or whatever, because it's like, because I know that Anthony does not want to like continue on speaking about this, especially after this live stream and everything. I know
Yes.
that.
This will be my final time addressing all of this.
And yeah, without further ado, and please without any interruption to what he has to say, we're gonna hear him out. Alright, you can go, buddy. Get him! Sorry.
Okay. So, everyone, this has been eating me alive these past 4 months, and I've put together something to follow because this is really the first time that I have felt that I was able to get all of this out. So, without further ado, I'm going to read you this that I prepared. Hello, everyone. I'm Anthony, formerly Sonic over at Team Sonic Gaming, now known as Team Dark Gaming. Today, I'd like to speak my piece on how I'd felt during my time at TSG and the things that I have come to realize about mine and Jax's partnership in the time that I have been away. This is the final time I will be addressing anything related to Team Sonic Gaming, as I have been working very hard for the past 4 months to rebuild the life around me, better myself as a person, and find my closure on this situation, as it has affected me and a lot of people very deeply. My selfish, self-destructive actions that contributed to the fallout of TSG were a clear breach of the boundary and trust, not just between fan and creator, but between the trust that my partner has put in me in our relationship. And from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to apologize to everyone I have hurt with my behavior and for being so complicit with Jax's behavior for the long time that I was. Jax and I had met in March of 2023, as we were both featured on a video uploaded by our mutual friend at the time, Gamer Goku. During this recording, I initially got a weird feeling from Jax, and I really thought he didn't like me at first when we met. After some time, Jax and I spoke about it, and he reassured me that this wasn't the case. A little bit after this conversation, Jax and I slowly began to become friends, and eventually we recorded a video together for his Veggies channel, featuring a video where he was Vegeta and I was Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Five Nights at Freddy's. This was the beginning of us finding our chemistry and synergy together as content creators and voice actors. As our friendship grew, I had brought Sonic up multiple times, as it's a huge part of me, and I wanted to introduce my new friend to something that I absolutely adore. We began to appear more frequently in Gamer Goku's videos as our respective Dragon Ball characters, But in episode 5 of his Minecraft SMP, uploaded in January of 2024, we appeared together as Sonic and Shadow for the first time. In October of 2024, Jax and myself came up with the idea to create a character channel based around Sonic and Shadow. And from there, we uploaded our first video on TSG, Shadow Discovers Sonic Adventure 2, on October 18th, 2024. Though at the time, Jax wasn't really into Sonic, I thought he had a good Shadow voice, and I gave him a lot of game recommendations as sort of like a field study. That way he could understand Shadow's character a little bit better and to, help him improve his performance. I was through the roof to let Jax into my world and bring him into a community that I absolutely adore. As the channel began to grow, Jax and I began to discuss future content and create a roadmap. Me, not being very savvy in the world of YouTube and content creation as a whole, let Jax take the helm in the next steps to grow our channel, which I was very grateful for. As the months went on, our videos and TSG as a whole really began to grow at an exponential rate. Our team was getting bigger, and our hard work paid off as we were monetized in April of 2025. Back in February 2025, I was still working full-time at the airport as a maintenance mechanic, and Jax had approached me one day to ask me if he could quit his day job and run the channel full-time. In hindsight, this was my first mistake. While his efforts did provide us with substantial growth, I began to slowly notice him change into a more money-driven, cutthroat channel manager. It was at this point I began to feel like I was being treated more like a talent or an employee to the channel, rather than a co-owner. I was really happy to welcome new members to the TSG team, but at the end of the day, I felt like they were there more for Jax solely than him and I as partners. With the introduction of new team members, I slowly began to feel powerless in the very channel I was a co-owner of. I can recall a time that I reached out to Starfangs about an issue that I had with Jax's behavior. While the details of what I spoke to him about are very foggy to me, as this was a little bit ago, one thing I can remember is that I explicitly asked Starfangs not to tell Jax about our conversation. I was not coming to him as a coworker, but as a friend who needed to speak his mind, and Starfangs told Jack what I had spoken about with him, and I was ambushed by Jax about it later on. It was at this moment that I had felt that I was able to trust no one on the TSG team to talk about any qualms I had with Jax and his behavior. After this had transpired, I would often avoid VCs with Jax and the rest of the team solely for the fact that I felt I was being pushed out. The channel's content at the time had become very shadow-centric, and to the rest of the team, Jax's word was bond. Almost any ideas I had for the channel were often undermined or otherwise totally ignored. But whenever Jax had an idea, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. With these new additions to the team, I was left in the dark about a lot of things pertaining to the channel. Whenever Jax would coordinate collabs with other channels, he would never bring me with him, favoring Starfangs over myself. At the time, I thought nothing of this and was very appreciative for the extra help, but looking back on it during these past 4 months, it's very clear that Jax did not see me as an equal in this venture, but as someone below him. I should have been more involved with this, because I was unaware of the things he was doing behind the scenes. I recall a time I was pulled into a VC one day by a group of former fans who had informed me Jax had spoken very inappropriately to a minor, simply for the simple fact that the minor wanted Jax to stop using their art on his profile. I was shown a video recording of the entire conversation, and the way Jax spoke to this child brought them to tears, to the point where they had to put their mother on the microphone to talk to Jax about the entire situation. It was one thing to hear Jax speak to adults in this manner, but to actively hear a child, a fan, break down because of his lack of boundaries, empathy, and remorse broke my heart. Between this, ignoring fan concerns about problematic individuals he'd collaborated with, amongst many other things, it's very clear that I should have been more involved with the operation of this channel, and for that, I apologize deeply. Next, I'd like to talk about Jax's jealousy and how he'd constantly try to knock me down. As some of you guys know, I was very active in the TSG server when I could be. I had absolutely adored mingling amongst the community and making people laugh, which I would do often by sending voice notes of myself doing voice impressions of Sonic, Shadow, and several other voices in my repertoire. One thing I began to notice, though, is whenever I would do a Shadow voice, it would bother Jax tremendously. He'd reply to my voice notes saying things along the lines of, stealing my thunder is Shadow. There's also times where I'd be in a VC with members of the community, just chatting, having a good time, and it's something I would do often while waiting for Jax to be ready to record. And whenever he'd come to get me in the VC to let me know he was ready, he'd come off kind of cold and sometimes say things like, "Hey, loser, let's go," actively beating on me in front of several people. In the multiple instances it has happened, it was both embarrassing and in a way dehumanizing. I'd gotten to a point where whenever he would join the VC, I felt that I had to shut down due to the shift in energy, not just in the TSG server, but in chats with the team as well. It always felt like Jax held some kind of weight over my head and would spit on me at any chance that he got. He'd also express to me his annoyance in getting messages during his solo live streams from fans asking, "Where's Sonic?" and things of that nature, just asking where I was and how I was doing. Now, I'd like to talk about the atmosphere that was present when both our original characters, Gogo and his character Raiju, were present in the server. I began to share my character with the community, as Gogo is a tremendous part of me, a character that I have had since I was 12 years old and have poured a lot of heart into, and the community's feedback was overwhelmingly positive. I was just happy to share the light that my character has brought me over the years with others in hopes that they were able to feel the same happiness or something very close to it, if not. I'd even bring Gogo in on live streams sometimes, but the only time I was able to do so was during my solo streams, because Jax did not like Gogo and would bash him behind my back to other people. From what I've heard, he's called my character stupid, basic, among other things, and even questioned why he was so beloved by the community. Eventually, Jax had created his character Raiju. Just to preface, I'd like to clarify that I had no issue whatsoever with Jax creating his character and seemingly getting more into the franchise. It made me really happy to see that, and I was looking forward to potential crossovers between our two dudes, but he just didn't really get on the ball with it. He just wasn't for it. But somewhere down the line, something changed. He'd bash Gogo at any chance he got, and effectively made me not want to talk about Gogo around him anymore. I feel that Jax's jealousy spread to several areas of our YouTube partnership, but these instances in particular are the ones that I can remember fully as they felt the most personal to me. Now I would like to talk about the end of TSG and my departure. Before I begin this segment, I would just like to clarify that I was not removed or kicked out of TSG by Jax and the team. I left the channel on my own volition to take accountability for my unacceptable behavior, rebuild my life, and most importantly, do my best to repair the damage in my relationship. After telling Jax and the team what I'd done, I told Jax over the phone that I needed to leave TSG so I could focus on my life outside of the internet. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. But after this, pardon me, it was during this conversation, my apologies, it was during this conversation that I realized that Jax had never valued our friendship, despite how much he said he did, due to what he said to me after telling him that I needed to step back. Now, I understood his frustrations with me at the time. Cheating is a horrible thing, and in this situation, I made the worst mistake of my life, which had caused a massive headache for him and the team. But for a friend who swore up and down that he valued me as a friend, business partner, and even a brother, I did not expect the words that came out of his mouth next. He said to me, "So you're leaving me." When he said this to me, it was very apparent that he had no consideration for my feelings. It felt cold. He didn't care about me, only the survivability of the channel and how to move forward, with or without me. When I told him I'd like to make a statement to say my piece, take accountability for cheating on my partner, he agreed. However, I was not allowed to post it just yet, as he and a few others that remained in the TSG team were preparing a statement to follow up mine with. Mistakenly, I agreed to this. Jax made me rewrite my statement 4 times so that he would be able to craft a response with the team that would be sent immediately after my statement was dropped, putting me at the forefront of all the tension, throwing me under the bus to take the light off of his unacceptable behavior and have me to be his scapegoat. When I was informed of his and the team's response, it felt like a tremendous blow to the gut. And when it was stated in their response that they were going to start the search for a new Sonic, I couldn't help but feel like this was Jax's ultimate goal from the start. I was never a friend or a valued partner, just a stepping stone on his bastardized path to success. After my statement dropped, I left the Team Sonic gaming server and began the process to delete my Discord so I may step away and begin to pick up the fallen pieces of my life. These last 4 months have been a period of deconstruction, self-reflection, and an unrelenting crusade of self-betterment. I am proud and extremely grateful to say that my partner and I have been able to work through this difficult period of our relationship and are now engaged as of the end of March to be married by sometime next year. I've been running like a madman, bouncing from job to job, trying to find something that would be a good fit so I can continue to walk the path to be a better man for my partner and the people I hold closest to me. And I think I may have found it. Reflecting on my actions and behavior, I felt that it was best for me to disconnect from the franchise and characters I held so close. Sonic was always, and still is, one of the core pillars that made me who I am today. And in that time, I had betrayed the values and morals that reflected the character that I had aligned myself with. This was a very hard decision to make, as it felt like I had to cut out a piece of my own soul. I felt lost for these past 4 months. Despite doing everything I can to be better, I still felt like something was missing. Throughout these past 4 months, my partner and multiple circles of very close friends have shown me an unwavering amount of support, not just in helping me reconnect with what I love, but to speak here today about my experiences with Jax. And to you guys, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart in helping me find myself again. Through their support, I was able to find my voice again. In the time that I cheated on my partner, I was severely depressed and on a path of self-destruction. I'm still reflecting within myself on what ultimately led me to behave the way I did. But before I explain this, I'd just like to preface, this is not a justification for my actions. There is no justification for what I've done. In my self-destructiveness, I felt that I was trapped in my airport job before leaving it in November of 2025 to do TSG full-time. Only then to be met with the same negative feelings I'd felt there with TSG, only this time with a Sonic-themed Band-Aid on it. I'd lost control of my life. My apartment was a wreck. I hadn't been taking the best care of myself. I was smoking way too much. And eventually, I was just in this dark spot where I was just throwing things at the wall to see what would stick. I feel that during this point, I was at my lowest. And again, none of this justifies what I have done. My current job actually offers me some free therapy sessions as part of my benefits package, which I do plan to utilize so that I may have a better understanding of myself and make sure that I never fall this low again. I came to the decision to speak about all of this a few days ago, and I'd reached out to Lua after delving into the rabbit hole of all that has happened with this situation for these past 4 months. I discovered some things upon my return that had unnerved me. For starters, Jax had made a claim on a 3-hour live stream that I had run away with $7,000 from the channel. I will be the first to say, there was some money left over from taxes. However, the money that him and I were going to split, that was only applicable if we were to file taxes together as a business under our LLC, Fifth Ring Media, which, mind you, was formed on December 31st, 2025, the final day of the year. I had brought up the idea of an LLC to Jax multiple times throughout the year, to which Jax was very hesitant about. Unusual behavior for someone who wants to treat this entire channel as a hardcore business venture. But what do I know? Due to the late formation of the LLC, Jax and I were taxed personally for different avenues of TSG revenue. I handled the YouTube AdSense, and he had the coffee. Jax also hid the fact from me that we made $48,000 on coffee as of the beginning of January. Why he kept this from me is beyond me, especially when I was always so transparent about our YouTube earnings whenever he asked. On top of that, whenever I'd ask him for the coffee login, it was like pulling teeth. He would never give me the login, and I found that very strange, especially since I was to be the bookkeeper for our revenue. When I asked Jax how much was left in the coffee earnings, he said somewhere in the ballpark of around $700. Now, I understand we needed to fund our channel, thumbnail artists, editors, maybe some paid collabs, all fine. I was also aware of Jax's medical condition he was experiencing, to which I told him to do what you need to do to get better, out of the goodness of my heart, in a deep care for someone I thought as a friend. However, through all of that, $48,000 to $700 and change does not make sense to me. But I'm past the money. I could care less about it. But for Jax to turn around and say that I maliciously ran away with cash, even after me being gone for so long at the time, separate from TSG, was another tremendous blow to the gut. But the biggest blow was when I stumbled across Small Gotcha's video essay, recounting the events of how they were groomed by Jax in the Naruto community in 2020. I was aware that Jax had left the Naruto community for some reason, but I never knew the skeleton in his closet was this big. Watching this video, I was shocked and appalled by his actions and found the fact that this was hidden from me absolutely disgusting. Had I known about Jax's past, I would have never started TSG with him. I've also come to find out that Jax still has our old videos up and is still profiting off of them, which I no longer condone. I initially let him keep the videos so that our community can look back on the beautiful thing that we were able to create. But now I want no association with TSG, and I want all videos, live streams, and shorts featuring myself on the channel removed. With the amount of revenue I'm sure those videos are still bringing in, I think it's safe to say that Jax will not willingly delete those videos. But if he has any shred of respect left for me, my feelings, and my wishes, I would very much appreciate if he would do so. I've already filed a privacy complaint with YouTube support to see if I can have these videos removed. In the delve of the rabbit hole of all that has happened in these past few months, I discovered additional documents from former TSG team members as well as fans, and I'm sorry that he put you all through what he did. I'm also very sorry if you felt like you were unable to come to me about any of this as well, as I was horribly complicit in his behavior. To all former TSG staff and fans, I'm sorry that I have let you all down. Not just because of my actions, but Jax's as well. I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for bringing this dangerous individual into a community filled with so much brightness, laughter, and love. I'm not asking for your forgiveness. I'll leave that up to you. But I hope in me speaking on all this today, you are able to see that I'm putting my best foot forward to change. I'd certainly love to be able to come back to content creation and laugh with you all again at some point, but for now, I have a lot of work to do. Thank you all so much for listening to me, and to those who have supported me in coming forward about all this. In one of my favorite books, The Divine Comedy by Dante, there is a quote that I've adopted as a mantra to my life. The path to paradise begins in hell, and for once, I think I'm close to seeing the light again. Thank you all very much, and have a way past cool night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my
I got really
days. I
emotional.
know.
That's
I know
it.
that.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god, I teared up a bit because
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like, and me personally, it's like despite what he claims, like my whole purpose in all this isn't like for monetary gain, for views and stuff, which although yeah, I am grateful for the fact that my channel does have 1,000. I mean, it's like I didn't do this for the money. I mean, I did this for the very fact of wanting to give people their voice back, and that's the whole theme of all this stuff. Like I was able to
Gamer
give people.
Goku's in chat.
Hmm.
Gamer Goku.
Oh, Gamer
Oh,
Goku.
yeah,
Wait,
maybe?
where?
Why, hello,
I have
brother?
to scroll up a bit.
Scroll up.
What's
I
up, big
can't.
dog?
Wait. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Gamer Goku.
GG, good to see you, big bro.
Hey, it's good to see you. Love your content and stuff. Um. Oh, that's crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I know the stream went a 180, but like, I mean, we gotta have some laughter, this type of stuff. But like, yeah, the whole message in all this is like for people to have their own voice, because it's so saddening nowadays of how much oppression, how much censorship there is to the world, and of how many people out there are scared to like speak the truth when they get abused, when they get like manipulated by a bad person, when they're doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing, but they're scared to come out about it. And I believe that anyone deserves to have a chance to speak up, admit to their wrongdoings, and have a second chance at life, or a second chance to anything. Of course, there is certain exceptions, and I do not need to name them on live stream, otherwise I'll get banned. But like how I stated with my previous live streams, I mean, please don't go harassing anyone involved in this, including Jax, including like Team
Seriously.
Sonic Union, anyone in my past lives or in the future. It's just not a good thing to do. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because none of us here or my past live streams have ever like maliciously called Jax any names or wish harm or anything of the sorts to him. But yet again, people in Team Sonic Union community have been as of right now threatening Gacha, and like, yeah, we know it that
Yeah,
it's
and
happening.
I'd like to talk about that.
Can I just add something in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I just like to say,
Mm-hmm.
Jax, when you see this, this is not an invitation for you to reach out to me. I do not want you in my life anymore.
And that's respectful, because I mean we all have our boundaries to anything. But I want Gacha to speak about this because I mean, yeah, as of right now, they are.
First of all, real quick, I had a question for Anthony. Someone was trying to get a question to you. They were wondering if you were ever uncomfortable with like the Sonadow fan service that you guys did like on your videos.
That is a good question.
Oh no!
Actually.
As a matter of fact, I was the one who came up with the Sonadow stuff, but it was Jax who took it in a more monetary direction. Okay? The reason why I introduced Sonadow to the channel is because I knew the far depths of the Sonic community. While I myself was not very deep into the ships and stuff, I know that everyone has their favorites, and I wanted to include all aspects of the Sonic community because I wanted Team Sonic Gaming to be a place for everyone. And I understand that a lot of the ventures with the Sonadow fan service and such became a lot more monetary, and I apologize for that. But the way I always saw the Sonadow stuff was I always saw it as like a Looney Tunes deal, you know? Like the old Looney Tunes cartoons, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny dresses up in drag, gives Elmer Fudd a kiss on the lips. You know, he's grumpy, Shadow's grumpy, Sonic's... Because I took a lot of inspiration from Bugs Bunny for my Sonic. And I wanted to incorporate that kind of humor. And another thing, too, that whole stream where he was talking about wanting to quote-unquote fix Sonadow, absolute bullshit. It's a gay ship. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah, right. Make Sonadow great again. Like, what is he talking about? Man?
Mind y'all, he said some of that stuff during
You
Pride
just
Month
reminded
of
me
last year.
of the point I wanted to bring up when you said make Sonadow great again.
Wait, oh shit, hold on a minute. Yeah,
hey
didn't say
Anthony.
he Oh my god.
Remember some of the stuff that he was saying during Pride Month last year? I don't know if I can remember that correctly. Of how you want to say it? You remember?
I don't really remember because I've been trying to move past this shit for the past 4 months. But I can recall, now that you said make Sonadow great again, I spoke to Jax about following Trump on the Team Sonic Gaming account. And he said the same thing. He was just hate following him. Now, I will say, on my personal account, I did follow Trump for a little bit, only because he was the president of the goddamn United States, whether anybody likes it or not, and I wanted to know if the world was going to blow up.
You know what?
Okay?
That's actually reasonable.
It's kind of valid, especially with everything that's been going.
Yeah, that's actually kind of valid.
If you want to be informed,
I spoke to Jax.
Yeah.
I spoke to Jax about the whole following Trump thing, and I told him, dude, unfollow it. Do it on your personal. To which he told me, no, it was just hate following. Like,
okay, dude. Yeah, trust. Yeah.
Like,
even though he kind of even though in the TSG server he kind of paraded about the fact
mastermind, mind you.
No, he paraded the fact that if people can't get over the fact that they follow Trump, that they're pussies.
That does sound like something he would say, so yeah. Sounds like his vibe.
Yeah. And I remember specifically, like, Jax would say...
Yeah, another thing. He called Anchorman unprofessional. I'm just going to tell you straight up, Anchor is one of the most professional dudes I have ever met. Okay? Anchor is great.
Yeah,
first stream I ever was, like, on with that guy said something about my skin color. Like, yo, this guy's not professional, cannot be talking at all.
Oh, man. And, I will recall, like, the fact in some of the VCs how, Jax literally, especially during Pride Month, about how much money he was gonna get out of the Sonadow community and such. Like, he did not give an actual shit about the ship. It really broke my heart. And it's like, I think it was, like, one of the first instances where I was like, yeah, I don't think this channel's for me, bro. Like, and and Anthony's here to prove this, where I think I was in talks with Anthony about how I was feeling on the channel and stuff. And even, like, I think after I, got kicked from the server, I told Anthony straight up that, yeah, bro, like, I can't support Jax. Like, everything that he's been doing, it just never set right with me. And
again, I'm really sorry for being complicit in all of it.
Nah, you're good. Honestly, what matters to me and everyone is, like, you coming forth about it now. That's something that Jax hasn't done to this date. And mind you guys, I have given him so many open door avenues to do this, you know? Ever since my first VOD, I straight up gave Jax the chance to just own up to his mistakes, to apologize, to, like, you know, not to drag Double down any further. All he's been doing since then is deflecting, scapegoating, blaming others, including me. Even though it's like, at this point, this isn't about me anymore. This is about Gotcha. This is about to everyone that he has hurt. The main thing that I did was help give people a voice. And he's been trying to go after me and saying, oh, Lua did this, Lua did that. Well, Jax, especially if you're watching this right now, I literally have explained this stuff on my first live stream. I literally explained the fact that yes, I've written things that I have still regret to this day. I have said things in that private, in that private server that I really wish I can take back, but I can't. Why? And that environment was created by you, and you have encouraged people like Anthony or DJ or Beepus or like anyone in the team to just be okay with that kind of stuff. And they feel guilty to this day because of it. You created that environment. The fuck? I didn't.
Thank you.
I was a part of it. But you made it. And it's like, you're gonna be doing everything but just owning up to your mistakes. And this is why I hold no ill, like, sentiment towards anyone. Especially to people that come up on my live stream. Or, like, people that have spoken out. Because I would be a hypocrite to, like, hate on someone for making a mistake. Why? Because I made mistakes too. I wasn't innocent in this. And yeah, before we continue on to the person that's to the guest that we have here today, I know that Gasha wants to say something real quick.
Oh, depending on how long stuff is gonna take, I think you might want to do theirs first because I have a bunch to unpack about stuff.
Yeah. I mean, while you can sum that stuff up, yeah. They can go ahead first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically, I mean, I don't really have a lot to add 100% other than maybe my own personal feelings and experiences with him. As working with him, I don't want to give out where we were working. We were just working on YouTube with another creator. That's all I can really
I know you were very
want to
wary
say.
about him and I becoming friends.
I just have always had not a bad vibe when I first met him because I just didn't see it right away, but like as time would go on, we would work together more and more, and I just would not trust him. I think I just had a sense that he was off. The vibe wasn't there, you know what I mean? It just wasn't there. And so I was like, I don't know, something's wrong, something's off here, but I can't. It was my Dokes moment, dude. I couldn't, I can't prove it, but I know something's off. And, anyway, basically, him and Anthony Sonic started getting a little closer. And, I hated it. I hated it from the very beginning, but I held my tongue because this is my best friend.
Hey, Miles.
He's my ride or die, Anthony is, and so I trusted in his judgment of him. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll just see where it goes. But in the back of my mind, I was like, this is terrible. I don't like it. I think he just always felt like a manipulator. Anytime we would talk to my other friend, my other mutual friend with Anthony, our friend, he would talk in a tone whenever he wanted to manipulate him. He would talk very quiet, like, but listen, can you just listen, hear me out though?
Yep.
He'd get real close to his mic and just whisper into it. It was the most uncomfortable, just fucking weird, predatory feeling thing ever. It was just strange. Very strange.
There'd be a certain way he'd say my name sometimes to let me know that I was mad at him. Anthony, fuck off.
Yeah, it was
He
just,
would do that.
It was so off-putting. But I know I don't have a lot to say other than I will say a lot of things are lining up here. The way go ahead, Lua. Go ahead.
This is a really, really good point. They're asking about what about the racist stuff?
The racist stuff? Yeah, I mean, I would agree that he would make racist jokes. I don't know if he's actually racist. I can't say that, but would he make racist jokes? Absolutely. Because we, whenever we made content, he would crack a joke here and there, and it's like when you're not being a content creator, everybody does, they say shit, they just dick around and stuff. But whether he believed those things, I don't know. But did he do those things? I believe it 100%. And there's times I can even attest that he would say stuff like that. But back to so I'm sorry. Back to what I'm trying to get at here. Basically, when I seen Gotcha's video and the whole thing back in the day when he, manipulation isn't grooming kind of a thing, his mentality anyway. When I saw the video and I kind of analyzed it and I thought, I saw the screenshot exchange, like the DM exchange between them, how he would go, why aren't you talking to me anymore and stuff like that. I could hear his voice in my head just because that's the way he acts. When he tries to guilt trip you or, really get manipulative, he talks like that. So I was actively seeing it, but hearing his voice in my head while watching this video, and I was just like, God damn. I was like, that is him. Like, you don't even have to know that that's him. If you just know him, you know that's him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know that account belonged to him. You can just read that and hear his voice in your head. You know it's him. It's fucking wild. Anyway, before I fucking ramble, about the other stuff, like just the fact that there was another little snippet from Gotcha's video. I went back and read some of the docs. The documents. I don't want to say docs, that sounds bad. Documents. And one of the things was like, she had found out that he made an alt account in the TSG server that alt account that he deleted?
It was his old main account. It was his old
Check this out,
the veggies
right?
account.
Hear this, right? So he goes
that would make
on
sense
this
why the channel's gone on YouTube.
He goes on this account, and here's how I'm looking at this, right? She finds out it's him, but before that, I'm assuming before that, he leaves that message that said, fuck, I have it right here. Let me just read it. Let me read it. I just want to read it, because it'll help me better explain this. Here it is. I'm assuming before he deleted the account, he left this in the TSG server. He put, "Yikes. Should I leave the server? This is concerning me. Where is Sonic in all this?" Did he write that before you confronted him?
What's up?
This wasn't. I'm pretty sure this was
Or
around
was that
the
after?
time. I'm pretty sure this was around the time where the stuff with Anthony and them went down. I don't think that was during my drama.
No, I know, but like, the thing is, I guess the whole thing is that he tried to. What I'm trying to say is here, you can tell he tried to use Anthony's whole thing as a scapegoat to take light off of him, because he went on an alt to say this in TSG. "Yikes, should I leave the server? This is concerning me. Where is Sonic in all this?" Literally posing himself as a viewer.
What the fuck?
Literally, Anthony, you saw that part of my video, right?
Yes, yeah, I didn't get to show you before we got on here, but yes, I took a screenshot of it. I don't know if it was in your full video, I can't remember. It was after I went through the documents and saw it. But basically, he poses himself as a viewer of TSG in the server, in the Discord.
I think I crashed out when I found out about that.
The channel's name, bro. You guys don't understand, because when I found that, literally, I found it the last day that account existed. Literally, when the clock hit 12, when the clock hit 12 a.m., that account was deleted.
Yeah,
I found it the day before it died.
If this was his attempt to draw me out, you got your wish.
Here's the thing, though, right? So it's like it all lines up, right? I'm on my Dokes arc here. It all lines up.
Bro.
He goes, "Yikes, should I leave the server? This is concerning me. Where is Sonic in all this?" He literally, with the intent to put the blame on him fully. I know you did wrong. We all know that. You're not saying you didn't, but he's trying to highlight you as much as possible so that no one will look at the bad deeds he's done. He knows it's all crumbling and he needs a way out, and you're the only way out. Let's focus on Anthony. Let's not focus on me. Yikes, should I leave the server? This is concerning me. Where is Sonic and all this? That is him posing as a fucking viewer, right? And asking a question about you. That's crazy. Like, that is full intent. It's just crazy. Full intent to sabotage.
Yeah.
It's wild. I've never seen such fucking cloak and dagger backstabbing behavior. It's fucking disgusting. That's all I had to say. That's all I want to say.
I know people who saw my live of me reacting to Gotcha's video that I crashed out so many times, because that's exactly how Jackson would act.
Dude, I can't. I want to. Ooh. I'm sorry. He's greasy.
And no, what's crazy, guys, is that I remember when me and Gotcha when we were in when I was helping Gotcha with like the first of their video, we literally saw in real time of him deleting the alt account. And
Yeah, silencing people. Yeah, silencing everybody in the comments everywhere.
Oh yeah, yes, that's another topic that I want to bring up before
Yeah.
you know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's so ironic how he says that oh, Louis trying to silence me, even though, like, I'm not gonna name names because for the sake of the safety of my audience or whatever. I know that several of my members, just for the very fact that they share a server with me and theirs, he just straight up banned them. Like they didn't even like do nothing either. All they did was just exist in there, and he kept banning people left and right, like just for the association of me, just for the very fact if they have any sort of criticism of him, anything that he views to be negative of him, he silences. Which, in fact, I mean, I think I talked to Anthony about this last night, how this all literally seems like Animal Farm. I know that's a crazy reference to make of this, but that's literally
No, you're absolutely right.
That's literally what
My ass got old majored. My ass got old majored.
Bro, that's crazy because of how he literally overtook everything, from the very beginning. He started using Anthony as the scapegoat, keep blaming everything onto him, and when push came to shove, when he was being accused of being racist, when he was accused of being like a groomer, well, not at the time, not a groomer exactly, but some wild stuff, he didn't own up to his mistakes or anything. He literally just snowballed Anthony. He literally just told his dogs and everyone, hey, get rid of Anthony. Y'all can't trust him, guys. He's been a traitor since day one, guys. That's literally how this all, like...
Lo and behold, the wolf hides in the sheep's skin.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, like... And like, the wildest thing of all this, it only got worse from there. And the only reason why I have been making more videos about this is because, A, more people have come forth to me about their stories, and B, Jax just has been doubling down on anything. Anchor! Alright, Alright, I know that Gotcha has something to say, and Gotcha, we're gonna have to, like, sum it up. I know that's a lot.
And literally, I was typing up a bit to just basically have, like, a guideline of what I want to talk about. But you know what? It's... For what I don't have, I'll spitball. So my bad.
No, you're good.
We've already seen the salesperson from TSU is like, oh, well, we already know that Lua and Gotcha have spies in the server. Da, 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 da. And for Lua's case, I'm not gonna speak on Lua, but for me, I'm not gonna deny anything. I do have a couple people in that server. And frankly, the stuff that I have seen from y'all's server and the stuff that you guys are saying is absolutely unacceptable.
You're threatening Gotcha, by the way, guys. That's crazy.
Literally, especially considering the fact that you all are verified adults. This is genuinely just disgusting. Literally saying, oh, should we have a mafioso go after her? Like, bro, you guys are grown. Saying that about a minor. Saying that why is she even doing this? Like, she's lying and manipulating people. Oh, she's jealous of Jackson. Jealous of what? Literally, I didn't even know about his Sonic account until I literally found it like a couple days before I found Lua's stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, I didn't even know he had this. Forget say I'm doing it for money. I made zero. I made nothing off of any of the videos that I posted. And you think with the way that I live, my friends can vouch for me. With the way I live, I need anything from any of y'all. My future YouTube journey, I'm not even gonna do it for money. I'm doing it for just because I want to, just because I can, just because people say that they like to see the way that I edit. it's almost like motivation makes people want to do stuff. Like people saying, "Oh, I really like your editing style." Sure, I guess I'll edit more. Literally saying that, "Oh, she's literally doing this for clout." Literally continuing to talk about Jackson and then saying, "Well, now that I'm done, you guys I'm gonna do my own YouTube." The point of my video was to say, hey, for the people that subscribe to me, the people that are still looking at me for conversations or what I have to say about Jackson, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm literally not doing it anymore. If you want to stay and see the other stuff that I have to do, you guys are welcome to do so. That is not me saying, "Oh, well, now that I'm done with all this, now I wanna have you guys here for my own journey." Like, you guys act like I'm some sort of puppet master, bringing people in, and I have mind control to control people of what they do. Like, I don't. Literally, you guys are just anything to defend a predator. And literally saying that Lua's doing this for clout, saying that her talking about drama and stuff is what got her to 1K subs, and we're trying to just do stuff to ruin a man's life for attention. Literally, oh my gosh, like these people are insufferable.
People are stuck on the media side of things. People are stuck on the fact that it's about content, and they're not looking at a person. They're looking at a creator, and they're like, well, you're just doing it for clout. It's not that, dude. It's called spreading awareness. This is a real serious issue. We have a guy who has a sizable platform compared to most people, and kids are looking up to this guy.
One he usurped, mind you.
That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That is
like
literally
saying that we're protecting the document, and like from what Gotcha said, like who cares if minors see the document, shows how much it actually cares about children. Literally, you said freaking, what if we had NSFW stuff in the document? Shows how much it cares. And then after that, the direct message after that, she says, well, obviously we don't. But then what was the point of bringing it up?
Yeah, what's the point of bringing that?
And mind you guys, any excuse to hide this document, saying, oh, they're so concerned about a document, obsessed about a document obsessed about a document they can't access. You, as a grown adult, wrote a 120-page document about a 17-year-old at y'all's grown-ass ages, and won't see the said minor in that document see it. If anyone is obsessed, it's y'all. Who has the time to write a 120-page document? You weren't even in this situation to begin with. You are literally keep writing a bare minimum problematic person and defending him like you are getting paid. The lengths you all will go to defend a man with a subpar shadow impression at best.
Yeah,
And you should all be ashamed of yourself. As grown adults, you should all be the type of person a person like me could go to for protection. So the fact that you guys are literally belittling me in that server, and making
and we have
my situation and thinking that I have ulterior motives from this, you should be a real damn ashamed of yourselves. You guys are disgusting, frankly. You guys are genuinely disgusting.
Damn. Yeah, that was powerful. God damn. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and we have the screenshots too. And for the respect of the people, like, I personally don't want to like show people's like ads or anything. And unlike them, I have decency to not want to like, you know, expose people who should not be involved in this situation. And quite frankly, especially for those from Team Sonic Union who are watching this, you guys were not mentioned in any of my past VODs. So the very fact that you guys decided to insert yourselves into all this is so beyond me. Like, you guys could have avoided.
Literally, nobody knew y'all. Nobody knew y'all. You are not getting paid.
That's so crazy.
You are not getting paid for defending this man. Literally, this guy is like, I don't understand how this guy has so many people wrapped around his finger and has it so we are the bad people in this situation. Like, this is genuinely, like, literally, you guys are like, like, now they're trying to attack us for doing our job. You're not good at it. Literally, you collaborate with this man. So the fact that you think that we're even going to entertain for a second that you have a unbiased opinion about a person that you're actively working with, that's stupid. Nobody's believing that, bro.
And not to mention,
and
the
not
fact
to-
that someone's
so much
saying, and the
gone
fact
for
that
what,
someone's
bro?
saying, the fact that they're letting minors talk about that like someone else, you let somebody say, let me get a mafioso on her, a grown-ass adult say, let me get a mafioso on her in your server. You never deleted that. It was there long enough for me to see it. And I know who that person is too because they followed me on TikTok and they friended my Discord account. So it's clear. It is clear that they had bad intentions and they came after me. They literally came after me. So literally, you are so upset that, oh, we're saying bad stuff about your freaking shadow person when you are literally opening, like, I'm not going to say enticing, but you are opening up a door and making people feel empowered so much so that they would threaten me and genuinely try to find my socials to come after me. You all are disgusting and you should be ashamed of yourselves. Karma is going to hit you all hard. And when it does, don't act like you don't deserve this. Remember it because you all are horrible human beings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro. And
Well said.
Amen. That is goddamn.
Yeah, like
100%.
it's so
And that's
disgusting
crazy
to
to
me
say.
that they keep saying about how I shouldn't bring like a minor into this, the minor being gotcha. And it goes all the way back to like trying to silence people. The fuck? Like, what you mean? So you guys don't want gotcha to like speak on the truth? Or like share their story? Y'all would have rather for them to just stay silent? Is that what y'all trying to make out of this? And dude, and out of respect for Team Sign Union, I haven't like I really tried my best not to mention them, but the very fact that they're trying to make fun of me, gotcha. You know what? Making fun of me, it's whatever. I'm like, okay. But trying to make fun of the victim of the situation is beyond disgusting.
And actively trying to
Talk
manipulate.
about that shitty account all you want,
actively
bro, 'cause they shouldn't have
trying-
said shit. That's
Actively
crazy.
trying to, like, let me ask, this is like for Team Union if you ever see this. Do you think that the collab, okay, with a 30K plus channel, whatever, do you think that those views are worth tarnishing your entire... It's already too late. I mean, you've already stepped your foot into the shit, so it's too late for you now. But, like, was it worth it? And honestly, the look of you guys trying to manipulate a minor into changing her testimony into being, diluting it from less than what it is, from calling it, what did they say again? I'm sorry. Can you help me out, Gotcha? What did they say to you
Sorry,
again?
they said, she said something along the lines of, to me, it more so sounds like he took advantage of you. Wouldn't that be a better way
That's
of
the
saying
same
things?
fucking thing as grooming. You dumb fuck. Not you.
This is true.
And
them.
I will call
They think
them.
they're so smart.
I will call them
Told you.
out because I personally saw this part of the conversation that really enraged me about the very fact that what was it, Gotcha? Where they were trying to convince you that Jax did not know that you were 12 at the time. Even though
yeah. And then when
that?
I called it out, they were like, oh, well, technically he didn't lie to. I forgot exactly what she.
No,
It's
I remember.
wild.
Basically,
she was.
she was like, he was like, oh, well, he said that he thought of you as older folks, so maybe he might have thought that you were 16 or something. Literally in that same conversation, he says later on, bro, you're 12.
You had to pull up the screenshot. Yeah, I remember you having to pull up, I remember you having to pull up the screenshot from your own video by Jax himself stating the fact that you were 12.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't think you... Guys, literally, this is why I'm not talking about...
Yeah.
These people, you can't talk to them. You can't reason with them. They're not all there in the brain, bro. You cannot talk to them. Like, it's genuinely...
All right.
I think they're genuinely using, like, they're genuinely acting this dumb to like, this might be a type of deflect, and it might actually be a tactic because it's working. I'm taking poison psychic damage from this shit.
This is why I had
ridiculous.
to block her, and she was getting upset
Throw away the whole
that
channel, Anchor.
that I quote unquote flaked on her and didn't decide to talk to Jackson anymore, like through her planning, because she was insufferable to talk to. Like I said, it got to a point where I felt so mentally ill that it led me to genuinely talk to my mother about this. Like, I didn't want to really let my family know because they worry so sick about me, and I don't want to start tearing up again. But
No, it's okay.
they worry so sick about me, especially when it comes to the internet. So for them to find out, like, especially my dad, I don't think my dad knows yet, but literally, it stressed me out so much, but to the point where she genuinely pushed me to the point mentally for me to literally talk to my mom about it. And like I said, it was a really good conversation. It was a very good conversation. But these people, these grown adults, literally doing this much mentally to a minor. These people have been, I don't know how old Party Queen is specifically, but she seems well in her 20s. The fact that you are causing this much mental distress to a minor, you should genuinely be ashamed of yourself. Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, fucking, it is.
And on top of that, literally, I'm sorry, I know I keep talking.
No, you're fine.
No,
You're
you're
fine.
good.
You're okay. Just
The
get it off
fact
your
that-
chest. Seriously.
The
This
fact
is the
that they were
last
like,
time,
yeah, bro, like I said, after today, I'm not doing this. And actually, let me go on that a bit more. Like I said, this is my last time ever talking about this type of stuff. And this is mainly for the people that are Team Sonic Gaming, Team Dark Gaming, TSU defense. If you come to me acting crazy, acting disrespectful, or acting confrontational, or acting so self-righteous as if I don't know anything, I'm not going to be respectful to you, because you know the saying, oh, respect is earned. For me, I feel like it's the opposite. I give people my respect when I meet. You have to earn my disrespect. And from what I have seen past 1 to 2 months, you guys have earned my absolute utmost disrespect, especially the adults, from how you are treating a minor who came out about a situation that years ago, or that she finally found out about. This is genuinely just abhorrent, and it's just so it's absolutely just horrible. And on the topic that I was gonna go into before I interrupted myself, the Party Queen person, she kept on telling me, "Oh, we're associated with lawyers, officers, therapists, investigators, stuff like that."
Scare tactics.
I've seen zero proof of this whatsoever. They've shown me not 1% of proof. And the thing is, I know I'm almost 100% sure they're bullshitting, because I'm friends with a predator catcher. I'm friends with a person who has actually shown me proof that they have put people in prison, and he is saying that y'all are full of shit. And unlike you guys, I don't surround myself with yes men. I surround myself with people who actually know what they're talking about. If I went to him and I was blatantly wrong about something, he'd be like, actually, it's under these conditions, that's not entirely true. I don't surround myself with yes men. I surround myself with people that will tell me the truth. And that's how, when I've made mistakes in the past, that's how I've learned to take accountability. Since Jackson surrounds himself with yes men, this is why we continue to have people, like everybody here on this stage, we continue to have people come out about the bullshit ass stuff that he does to other people, because he never learns from his mistakes, because he always surrounds himself by yes men. If you guys truly care about Jackson, start telling him the truth. Don't just be yes men. If y'all genuinely want him to get better, start telling him the truth and start holding him accountable for stuff. Because until then, like I said, he is going to inevitably do something that's going to mess you all over. And then you guys are going to be like, hindsight is 2020. Sorry, that's not a diss at you or anything, Anthony, but still, hindsight is 2020. But we've been screaming it at you all like through a megaphone. It's like using a megaphone at a brick wall. It's so blatantly clear, and the fact that you guys don't see it is, as grown adults, is alarming. And you will go through lengths to lie to a minor, try and, like I said, like the person said, it's a scare tactic, and to get me to try and either lower my guard
they're
to trust
bluffing,
them
bluffing
more,
to try to get
or-
you thinking about it.
yeah, like
Definitely,
acting like you're in a position of power to get me to doubt myself, and try and then
modify
on top
you,
of that,
yeah.
in the same conversation, trying to get me to change my story. I'm not a religious person, but something's waiting for y'all in the app.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord, it's so true though.
Well,
It's fucking crazy.
this certainly has been a crazy, and I mean a crazy past couple of months. I would have never expected for all the support and stuff. I mean, initially I remember going back with my co-host Uwe all the way back in I believe in January, right? You know, it was Saturday, I believed. I believe it was like late at night or something. And I was getting ready with my statement, and Uwe was helping me prep up for everything, and we were just hoping for the best, and we turn on live, and after I give my statement, after Uwe gave their statement, one by one, people just came up on my live stream to just tell their stories as to what, their experiences with Jax, Proof, and everything. And none of that was planned, guys. Those people came on their own accord. I have written permission from each one of them in case. And I don't know. Even though this started off as wanting to expose Jax for his lies and manipulation and everything, I guess there was a really big positive out of all this, and getting to see in real time that how people have grown. They have proven themselves that they can change. They can work themselves to the better. And especially towards the people that I worked during my time at Team Sonic Gaming, especially Anthony here.
Hi.
Even though even though Jax is that crazy nut job of a person, you guys have been awesome and really cool to hang around, laugh, be a part of and shit. And despite despite the events that happened that led me to be kicked from the server, it was really hard. It was really hard to be on my own of all these accusations, just hoping that maybe one day that one day all this can come to light, because I believed that people just deserve to know the truth, and I'm just glad that we're here today, talking about all this, especially with you, Anthony, because it's been a crazy journey.
It has
Crazy
been,
one
and
at that.
it feels good to be back. And it's going to feel good to reclaim Sonic again, because these past 4 months after everything, I disconnected entirely from Sonic.
Yeah.
Redid my entire setup, everything, just uninstalled everything, put all my figs in storage. It was bad, but I'm proud to say that
I might go out.
this is the beginning of a new era.
Yeah, and I will tell you this personally, not just to you, Anthony, but to anyone. Don't let the fact that Jax, being a wild human being as it is, don't let that disconnect you from the Sonic community. Don't let yourself be change up on the fact of liking Shadow or liking Sonic, liking Sonadow, liking all these characters just because of one bad apple shouldn't change your opinion of everything, And that's why I'm telling you, Anthony, Like, just because of all this bad shit, crazy stuff that he made you feel comfortable in doing shouldn't like discourage you from like continuing on and doing Sonic content or like voicing Sonic or doing anything of the sort just because of him. That is something that
I've just started doing the voice again, like yesterday. After all of this, I haven't done the voice in 4 months,
Yeah.
or any Sonic voice for that matter.
Sonic impression was pretty good too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And mind you, it was and not just your Sonic impression. You do a very
And the thing is, guys, like I just want to say,
yeah, go ahead.
I've known Anthony for so long, and it's just like he would never like. Yes, I agree. It's a bad thing, but he did.
He's not a LARPer like Josh.
Can he redeem himself?
LARPer.
I truly, absolutely, 100, without any doubt in my analytical mind, logical mind, he can absolutely redeem himself. I know there's a lot of people out there that may not forgive him or whatever,
And
but
that's
I
fine.
hope that anyone approaching this situation just look at it logically, have your own educated opinion on the matter. Just give your own individual take on it, you know? I respect him. He has balls and guts for coming up here and
Yeah.
doing this. He didn't. He doesn't have to, and I
I'm
respect.
just a guy doing the right thing. Nothing to it.
I will say just one more thing, and hopefully this is my. I low-key don't want to talk that much more, but hopefully, like this is probably gonna be my last thing to say. My best friend, who's actually here with me right now, not here, but in my house. He made a real good point. All of the shut up, Mark Optimus. Anyways, that's him. All of this could have been prevented from the very beginning. Actually, this could have been prevented meaning me, ever coming out. One, back in 2020, when he found out that I was making him uncomfortable, instead of going all like, "Oh, I trusted you and you did this," as a grown adult, you should have been the person to be like, "Hey, I got wind that you were uncomfortable with the jokes I was making. I'm sorry. I never meant to make it be like that. And for both of our comfort, I'm going to block you and I'm not going to talk to you anymore." Because mind you, after that conversation, when he was getting on me, he banned me from the server. So either way, we would have stopped talking in both situations. He could have said that when I infiltrated his Bullcut Brigade server back in March. He could have, instead of telling me, "Oh, it's I've seen everything, don't harass me anymore," and blocking me, he could have apologized to me in DM there. Instead of, I don't even think he apologized in the server, but if he did, literally after he apologized and banned me, he literally went on to say, "Oh my gosh, this was 6 years ago. I can't believe someone like that is still mad about that." So that completely invalidated everything. And literally before he got on a camera, he could, because I had him unblocked this entire time up until now. This entire time, like before, like when I dropped my video, before he went on live in front of a camera, he could have apologized to me personally instead of making a shitty response in his live stream and then pouring salt in the wound by trying to address me in front of all his fans with a crappy apology. He had multiple times to atone for what he did. He had multiple times to try and apologize to me, but he didn't. He never did. He never apologized to me personally. And frankly, I don't want him to. His apology doesn't mean anything to me anymore. And my main point is, if he had just started off with being an okay human being, he had like 3 different chances to keep this from going this far. He took none of them. And you guys, the TDG, TSU supporters, you guys still think that we're all the people in the wrong when it comes down to, I don't know how many people, at least it feels like at least 15 come out about Jackson and the stuff that he's done.
if you take 15 people and they're all talking about one person, 15 different people from different timelines, from different demographics, and they're all talking about one person, the common denominator is the person that they're talking about. The issue is with the person that they're talking about. So for you guys to still be like, oh my gosh, everybody's a liar. We're going to protect our little shadow man.
And if you're not
Guys
going
are
to take it from
genuinely
anyone,
delusional.
take it from me. Someone who has worked beside the guy for multiple days on end.
Literally has people.
Or take
people
it from
telling
me,
people-
someone who worked with the guy and been in VCs where he
And you don't
has
even
said
have to take like it. Even at the end of the day, even if you don't take it from any of us, look at the actions. That why would he delete accounts? Why is he silencing people in comments on YouTube videos when all they're doing is just harmlessly asking questions about a very serious topic? Silencing and deleting things and
banning
purging,
random people from your server. Banning random people from your server.
Yeah.
Didn't they also
You're
like
paranoid,
start
yeah.
deleting comments or something
Yes.
whenever they would
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about how much they
Oh,
miss
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yep.
he did.
Oh wait, I don't know about that.
I know about
That right
one.
there goes to show you. He never wanted me in the equation in the first place. I was a stepping stone.
Literally, and the lies that they make. From again, this is from what I'm hearing from the TS. Freaking. Well, actually, this wasn't from the.
Hi,
TS.
Google.
This is from someone that DM'd the party, telling someone that he quote unquote made a contract with me, saying that any types of jokes are okay as long as it's cool that they're jokes. A contract? First of all, never happened, because that would be something that I would remember. Because like I said, up until this point, until I found those images, I was having a mental warfare with my. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it was my fault in the end. So if that was true, if that was true, and it was said that it's we all agreed via a contract or even verbally, because she's changed her story a little bit from what was said in her survey versus what was said in that person's DMs. If it was said that, oh, I'm fine with inappropriate to me, I would have remembered. That would have been something I.
But that wouldn't
And
have
he
mattered.
doesn't
I'm
have
so
proof.
sorry. I
And
don't
he
care.
wouldn't, and he doesn't
Like-
have proof. And don't worry, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
He doesn't have proof of it either. And on top of that, regardless, I was 12. I wasn't old enough to be on the app anyways, let alone to sign into some sort of contract, whether it be physical, digital, or verbal. And this is just straight example. If a minor were to tell an adult that, yeah, I'd like to get with you, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still statutory. It doesn't matter who or what agreed to anything. At the end of the day, as the adult, you would get in trouble because it is your job to not do or say or engage in inappropriate acts around a minor. The lengths you guys go to discredit a genuine victim, to protect a person who's, again, has a very just mid shadow impression at best. It's alarming. And like I said, he's had multiple to keep all of this from.
That's what I want to know. What is the benefit? Like, what is the benefit? Like, what do you see in this game? What's the redeeming quality? That's what I want to know. He's not even entertaining.
Right. And like I said,
He's just
zero
so bland.
chances.
And I will
properly zero
voice
chances
is
to
nothing,
properly
bro.
zero chances to properly atone. Took
Yeah.
none of them. And then now he wants to act big.
And I will
Guys.
admit, here and now, I don't care who hears this. Anthony was like the star of the show for a reason, bro. Like he was
Thank
like
you.
the
That's true.
soul
That's true.
and
Aw.
love and bond to the
That's-
channel.
Come
Anthony,
on.
But you know why
interact-
that is,
no,
right?
no.
Never fucked with TSG for Jack.
Come
bro.
on.
Ever.
Exactly, bro. Like, I mean, so for real, the community loved Anthony for a reason. Why? Because Anthony actually vibed with the community. And by the way, before I forget to mention this, Jax got mad at the fact that Anthony was trying to do, like, things like voice impressions and stuff. You know, trying to, like, I remember show off his music skills without making the fans
He
pay
was
for
so
that.
violently jealous. It was like
No,
actually
he wanted
embarrassing,
he
dude.
wanted the fans to pay for anything that Anthony has to offer. Even though that Anthony was willingly wanting to give something to the community. He just wanted money out of it.
It was just pieces of me that I wanted to share with everyone.
But I think people can pick up on that. Even when you're a content creator, they can pick up on a vibe. He is a real person. He cares about the people and making a fun time. Whereas the other guy cares about money, and I think people can discern the difference even if you don't overtly see it right away, even if you're not outright seeing it, you can feel it.
You know what's one thing that always irked the shit out of me too? Pardon my French.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I've been swearing this whole time.
Almost every single one of my solo Sunday streams, he just had to appear. Like, I understand if I'm having technical difficulties and you're like, hey, do this, this, and this, and then bounces. Cool. Awesome. But, like, every fucking single stream that I did by myself, he had to come up somehow. Like, let me have a stream, damn it.
Unknown, want to be known, unknown.
Not to mention the fact that anytime you did a solo stream, you always pulled double the numbers that he did. I don't know what he was on about that he was the main part of the channel. He was not.
Bro, Anthony, literally, like I said, I didn't even know about the TSG stuff. I mean, yeah, the TSG stuff. And I'm not even really in the Sonic community. If it were literally just you, if in that channel, if I could snap my fingers and Jackson would be taking every single video, I'd watch the channel.
Listen, I got an Infinity Gauntlet in my room right now.
Wait, but actually, let me not make that joke. I was about to say something very bad. Let me not say that. I'll DM it to you, Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being so for real, bro. Like, sure, yeah,
Matina, you are absolutely right. And the way it ruined the vibe is how I felt every single time he joined a VC that I was in.
Yeah, and like, in Anthony, I don't mean like I remember conversations back in the teams, like, you know, the science team, about how you felt like you were like mistreated by Jax, of how you felt like the way that he would speak to you. I remember you would tell me how he would text you by like name, like in a weird way. You mentioned him so many times, how that made you feel uncomfortable or tensed up. But regardless of the amount of times that you've spoken to him about it, he would always dismiss it. He wouldn't give zero shits about your boundaries and stuff. And I kept telling you that you need to, you know, speak up for yourself, you know, like, talk to him about that kind of stuff, because that feels horrible. Like, it feels horrible to be put on the spot like that. And the very fact that he didn't, like, took into account your emotions from the start was really sickening.
Whoa. He told a Go-Go fan who wanted a Go-Go whoever to shut up.
What?
Wow. What the fuck? What? Pardon my French, but what the fuck?
Seems about right.
Pardon French here, but what the skippity?
That's what I'm saying.
What the segment?
Huh?
What the segment?
I'm sorry, I'm getting like 10 different DMs from 10 different... I can't speak right now. 10 different people right now, bro. Like, but, and I don't know. I will tell you guys.
Bless you, love.
You know, to lighten the mood a bit before we end things off. Yeah, Anthony will appear on my stuff as Sonic, so he will come back soon somehow.
I might be an editor.
Right now, I just have a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
I've got to get my money up. I got to prepare for a wedding. And
obviously
start the next chapter of my life.
Obviously, more important things that he has to attend to, and I kind of wish I could go to that wedding. Anyways, yeah. To not run the stream too long.
Yes, Miria. My partner and I are engaged.
Yeah, bruh. Give it up to Anthony, bro!
Hey, clap, I'm on Push the Dog.
Alrighty.
Ooh, fucking sweet.
Alrighty, guys. Alright, again, this is gonna be the final thing about TSG. Y'all got any final things to say before we end things off?
If people
I'd like to
have-
say
if
something.
people-
That's
if
all I got
people-
to say.
if
Okay,
people
buddy.
Know me and they have any quick questions, you guys can shoot me a DM that I can just ask real quick. But if not, then yeah.
We good.
I'd like to say something to close out.
Alright,
Yeah,
bro.
go ahead.
Listen, everyone, when I left, I honestly did not know how to feel about everything. And coming back to all of this overwhelming support and seeing that the love has not faded means the world to me. I've caught up with some of you in the previous 2 nights. You know who you are. And I just want to say, it is absolutely wonderful to be around you all again. And who knows? Maybe if I get a good hold on things soon, maybe I'll start a solo Sonic channel or something. We'll see what.
Yeah!
I would very much like that, actually. It will
And don't
fucking
you
happen.
worry, Anthony. You got plenty of help. Actual help. Not the kind of help that will try to exploit you for money, bruh.
Thank you, Lua.
You got my support. You got everyone's support from here. And like I told you the other night, I know it must have been really scary, horrifying to like come out about this after so long. But I'm really glad that you did. And
I mean,
really
it wasn't necessarily scary because when I got in touch with you, Lua,
Mhm.
this was eating at me for months. And the reason
Yeah.
why I got in touch with you was because I finally had my eureka moment.
Yeah.
And in a way, I needed to do what Sonic would do.
Mhm.
And here I am.
Yeah, bruh.
Hmm.
Kind of crazy that it's Serge doing all this, huh? I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Tenric. Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Maybe you're not bad at all either, Sonic.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh.
Scary.
I know, I'm a bit loud. Anyways.
But before I go, though, one more thing.
Mhm.
Sonic says, be you. You guys are all magnificent. Every single one of you out there are absolutely incredible in your own special ways. Never lose sight of the light that is inside of you, and always, always press forward. No matter what obstacles get in your way, keep pressing forward.
Oh my god.
You've got this, buddy. Have a way past cool day.
Good answer, nephew. Good answer,
Man,
nephew.
Sonic,
Yes,
man, you're so
let's
crazy,
go!
man.
Let's go! He's back!
Come on.
Good answer,
Alrighty.
nephew.
Alrighty, gentlemen, ladies, and by the way, happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Don't y'all worry, I will be doing Sonadow, but it won't be $200 for 2 PNGs to kiss. Don't y'all worry, that shit will be for free. I'm not gonna fucking paywall that shit. Anywho, Flo, you got something
I'm
to say?
free. I don't have to talk about this man no more. I'm
Oh.
free.
I've got 85,000 pounds off my shoulders, and I'm ready for a fucking chili dog.
Hell yeah! Alright.
Holy fuck.
All right, well,
Fuck
have a way
TSG,
past
fuck
cool night,
TSG.
everyone.
Bye!